what a beautiful morning to get started. Well, at least it was morning when I started this clip. Oh, what a beautiful actual morning it is to get started on an amazing... Hi, Creeper. Oh, get splatted. Aw. What an amazing morning it is to get started on probably one of the largest, coolest projects we've made so far in Create. The new focal point of the factory, the storage room. And I debated like long and hard about where to put this storage room. I have an arrow stuck in my toenail. And after much consideration, I have decided to put the storage room right below the center of the factory, down here. We've done some digging, we've done some prepping, we've done some supply gathering. Oh, by the way, like, I don't like to brag, but it's been 82 days since there's been an incident. Come on, game, step it up a little bit. Kill me already. So working on this storage room is gonna be a little bit different because I'll be honest, I don't have this entire thing figured out yet. What I want to do though is take you down a little journey of some of the other ideas that I tried or thought about doing for the storage room and I threw away because they're kind of interesting too. But the one we ended up with is going to be amazing. It's going to be a, how do I even describe this? Like a dynamic wall changing storage room of extreme amazingness. And trust me, I know that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. I'll have to build it like a prototype or something so it'll make sense to what's actually going to be happening here, but it's going to be amazing.
Knock, knock.
Who?
Hello. Tango, over here.
Oh, hi.
on train tracks. Is this safe?
Totally safe. In fact, here, just inch a little bit closer. Yeah, it's safe. No, I'm just kidding.
It's terrifying. I'm
How you
hearing
doing?
whistles going everywhere.
How you doing? Look,
I'm doing good, man.
Look what's happening right here before your eyes. Look.
Poopage.
It's cobble pooping. I know. It's amazing.
Oh.
So good.
And then that's whizzing on through. There are so many bits and bobs going on in here, man. This factory is amazing.
Yeah. Hey, how was your Christmas? Did you have a good little break?
It was a lovely Christmas. I ate, I drank, and I was merry. All of those things.
You got the trifecta going. What else could you ask for? Yeah.
Exactly. And yourself?
It was fantastic. It was fantastic. Yeah. But you know,
how many belt buckle did you have to go up?
You know, we don't. They're still being unbuckled. You know.
Well, I don't want to know about any unbuckling going on. But I do have a question for you for this very factory as well.
Okay.
I need a slot. I need to build something within this factory, if that's okay with you.
Ooh, okay. What are you gonna build?
Yeah.
I'm excited.
You might see them over there. The honey and the apple farm.
Oh, that makes sense.
They
of
are
course.
pumping. They're pumping, and soon they're going to be pumping. They're going to be pooping honeys and apples straight into this thing, and I want to combine the two to make a feast.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering if you were going to make the apples over there. I was being nosy and checking it out, and it looked cool.
No.
What's going to happen?
This is a production facility.
Well, I'm glad.
You can't produce out there.
I am glad you're embracing that. So you need a spot, right? Like
I need a bay. Yeah.
As you can see, first floor
right
is getting a little bit crowded here. We just started brass, so that unlocks all the things. But I think like second floor is going to be all the create gadgets and
Okay.
all that stuff. So I think I'll probably find a spot for you around here. I'll have to think about it and check out my spreadsheet and all that stuff. You know how it is, right? But
okay.
I'll put some signs
there is some points though. I'm gonna need power.
That's not a problem. Look around you. I mean, there's.
I'm gonna need heat.
Follow me.
I need to melt
me,
the honey.
Sir. Follow me. Little previews down here. Okay.
What is this? Whoa, there's a downstairs.
There's gonna be a downstairs. Now you need heat. There's your heat.
That's heat. That's a lot of heat. What are you doing to me, please?
Your heat. Lots of heat down there. Yes, lots of heat. So here, check this out. See right here? This guy, it's like a visual bug, but there's actually a hose that goes all the way down into the lava, and it is below me is an infinite lava source. So I'm already using, like, you could just follow this example, like, or you might even be able to use this pump and just connect to it or something.
Okay.
But yeah, there's your infinite fuel source.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be making like honey blocks to deliver them over and stuff. I really want to do liquid, but I'm assuming you're not set up for that.
Okay. So I thought a lot about that and everything. Yeah, we're not exactly ready for fluids into the factory. The fluids don't flow well on conveyor belts. We'll just say that. So
it would make a bit of a mess, wouldn't it?
It would. Yeah, it gets all oozy and then people die and you can you can block like buckets or what's?
Let's have a look here. So liquid honey, boom. It looks like you can mix Wait, no. Liquid honey turns into blocks by compacting. There it is.
Oh, okay.
So you squash it down. So I'll do that over in the honey farm.
So you
and then when it gets back to this end,
okay,
we need to heat it again over a heated
here's what you
blaze
do.
burner.
You got a tree farm out there. Use your logs for the heat on the blaze burner to heat the honey to block it up.
That's a good point. You know what? I totally forgot that my apple farm makes logs.
Yeah. Well, and I wanted to actually talk to you about that because I kind of need a supply of trees. Because, I mean, I need to make, andesite casings and all the things that require planks and stuff like that. And I'm going to need a log source. So if you could send the logs over, too, into the factory.
Well, yeah, I've got some, junk logs just hanging about out of my apple farm.
Your junk logs
wasted.
are my treasure. That's what I like, yeah.
So I guess I'll bring in the logs, the apples, and the honey blocks.
Oh, this is going to be so good. This is going to be honey squirting everywhere. It's going to be so good.
And whilst we're here, these are looking very kissy, mate.
You see all the kissies here, yes. Yeah.
So this is where the stuff's going to be coming in, because we got to make a honey train, an apple train, and a
Have you talked to K-Man about new trains? Because I got both of these. These are both cobble trains.
I'm getting into train technology in conjunction with this.
I love it. So I love it. Okay.
It's all happening. All you do is you park it under these. It kissies. It sucks all the items out.
Yep.
And then what? We're going on to...
They go over here, and as you saw the cobble, it falls down through there, and it goes into this big boy here, which is just like the incoming item queue.
The everything
queue, and then it just starts pooping it down the line, and everything goes where it needs to go.
So does that mean I could go and, self-poop in here if I do like this?
I mean, yeah.
That was a mistake.
You misstaked, yes.
What happens to the things that don't get
nothing
used?
requires steak, so it just goes down to the end of the line over here, and your steak probably falls off the end. Here comes your steak. Bloop.
Straight into my mouth.
No, anything that isn't processed that would go to the storage room and stuff, which I'm building today, so we got a lot to do here.
Oh, lovely. I'm surprised you've not got a temporary thing on the end here, because
some things have fallen off, and there's been some mad scrambles for lost resources. Yeah.
And you've been getting all your cardio in on here as well.
Yeah. It's fun. You try and run against it. Yeah.
It's like the perfect... Well, actually, it pushes me back. I'm too slow. What if I sprint? Oh, yeah, it's like I stay on the spot. Look at me go!
Progress, yeah.
Tango!
Are you moving? It looks like you're not moving. You're just standing there like a statue to me.
Really? My arms and legs are going like the clappers. Oh, yeah, you're just like foot sliding.
Yeah, I'm sprinting. It's like the exact speed. That's hilarious.
Oh, man.
It actually is a treadmill. Zed, I put that on you. Make me a treadmill, because that's hilarious.
I will make you a gym.
Okay, fantastic. I love it.
Next time you see this place, it's going to be pumping out honeyed apples all over the place for you to eat.
Can't wait. All right, thanks.
See you, man.
And there we go, metal bracket. Okay, we've got the rest of our not the rest of our factory, who am I kidding? The rest of floor one, almost the rest of floor one planned out. Next is going to be brass sheets, then logs. And this one's weird. It's not really a processing center. It's going to really just be like a storage, a big bulk storage to hold logs. And then everyone else after who needs logs will request them, just kind of a buffer system. We've got metal girders and metal brackets. Metal girders everyone likes to build with. I mean, have you seen, this, and have you seen Corralis's Skytram? All the metal girders everywhere. And then we got honey apples here, and a little bit after that, honey apples will go right here. What's going to happen to the conveyor here now is I don't know exactly, but the items are going to go from here up to the second level conveyor belt. I might just put like one of those little fan elevators that swoop it right up there. I think that might be fun. You have no idea how much joy it brings me to watch this cobble unload into the factory. It's so great. Okay, let's get onto the storage room. Is that the right block there? I think I gotta go one more. I think, do I have this right? The storage, this is gonna be crazy, okay? I wanted to make a storage room that was like a create contraption in itself, and what we got here is gonna be pretty bonkers in detail. Let's see, we're gonna do this. I'll explain all this in a second. We're gonna get some note blocks down here. Those of you that know note blocks, they have a very particular property, and that is when you right click on them, that generates a block update. We're gonna be using that here. Let me skedoodle some of these in here, and yeah, something like that. And then let's see, we'll do a little bit of decoration here for like this or something. thing. And of course, we need a whole bunch of double chests to store our goods in. Let me get a bunch of these in here. Something like that. There. I mean, we're done. And there you have it, folks. My mind-blowing storage room built with Create in the vicinity. And it's amazing. You love it, right? It's great. Yeah, no, it's not going to be that simple. But before we go into what the real system is going to do, I want to show you the system I was very close to making. There's some really cool things about this one. I think it'd just be fun to show you guys what the thought process was I went through. But in the end, we're not doing this one. So this right here was going to be a small sample of what the interface to the storage room was going to look like. Okay, basically you're like, hey, I need 3 cogs and a few shafts. You would come over here and go 1, 2, 3. I'm right clicking and 1 on the shaft, right? Basically whatever you need, you right click on the associated note block and it would deliver the item to you. Probably just like fall through the ceiling or something like that. So all this was just a simple interface, observers on the back of the note blocks, and it signals basically super heavy reliant on the redstone links, wireless redstone. It would then signal the redstone link here, and that would go to the data warehouse, if you will, with just like super cool storage. It kind of feels like a data center or something with like all the CPUs lying, all the machines lined up along the walls and stuff. This would be where everything was stored remotely. And, you know, it would probably be like, you know, this far back from the actual storage interface or, the where you access the storage. But this is where all the stuff would be stored. And the way it would work is when you trigger an item, it would signal the redstone link. That link would correspond to one of these links on this wall here, which, let me hop up here, would then fire the dropper each time. So every time you press a thing, you would get 1 dropper. The items would actually be stored in the droppers here, right? So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, pop, pop, pop. Those would drop out and they would fall, they'd hit this wall, of course, and fall on the ground. Now, there's 3 conveyor lines here. The outer 2, and by the way, I'm apologizing because there's some serious, we're in Corrales zone right there. Yeah, there's some serious hitching here. But this conveyor here and this conveyor out there would be inbound lines, like to, or I guess you could say outbound from there. They would move to this area here and deliver the items to the actual storage interface right here. So they would drop the items on the floor right here or something. So as soon as you signal redstone from here, boop, it would drop on the floor and zip. And these conveyor belts would be going at like max speed. So it'd be like less than a second, it would be in the floor over there. This line right here is an intake line from the factory. Essentially all this right here, right? When something gets made from the factory, it would, or the overflow from the factory would come in here, and there would be like mechanical, I don't think I have mechanical arms. There would be a mechanical arm in here that would be picking the items off the conveyor and putting it in all the brass funnels to reload all the droppers, right? And now the cool thing is there's so much going on here. It's so compact. There's content observers watching the droppers. And when the contents of this empty, this redstone link here would signal the factory and say, hey, I'm all out of whatever, I'm all out of cogs, send me some more cogs, right? And that would turn on and they would start coming in, and then they would torch, they would eventually come in on this line and then get put into this dropper. So pretty crazy system here. It's like a supply demand on request system. I really like this. I really liked how compact it was. I liked that the data storage was like in a data center fashion. I could totally scale this back or tall or whatever I want. The reason I'm not doing it is the sheer size of how much space it would take up. Because with 1 button here, essentially these are just buttons, with 1 button per item, I mean, my storage room would be just absolutely massive, and it would be cumbersome. It would be such a pain. Like, oh, I need to go over here. I need a log. Boop. Okay, now I go over here. I need a piece of stone. Kink. Right? It would just be way too much. So really cool concept. Maybe I'll use this again somewhere. The idea of like an interface to a remote data storage. Cool stuff. But in the end, I decided to scrap it. So let's get back to the storeroom that we're actually going to use now. This is, in fact, what my storage room is going to look like. And if that's simple, well, I do apologize. But now, understand that there's more going on here than meets the eye. There's much more to this. Imagine if this 4 by, I'm guessing 11, if this 4 by 11 area here that is currently with the deep slate bricks and all that good stuff there, imagine if that was just one of many virtual storage interfaces. And that is precisely what we are going to do. I think we're going to have about 8 of those virtual storage rooms that when you press a button, they kind of hot swap in. So check this out. This is number one here. This is going to be like what I'm calling the red line. I'm going to have them color coded in the back here just for easier organization and stuff. This is the first one here. Okay, we've got power diverted from the main factory down here over to these sequential gear shifts. Okay, and the first one here we've set up now, they're all going to be set up the same way. So they're going to be set up to turn 90 degrees. Actually, we want to go 180 degrees. We'll say forward. Then we want to await a new redstone pulse. And then we want to turn by another angle, 180 degrees backwards, like that. Okay, something like that. And this could be swapped out. And I mean, obviously 180, I could actually go forward again and it wouldn't matter, but we may do that. We'll see. But for now, this is what we're dealing with. Okay, we're gonna have, this is gonna be so amazing. We're gonna basically, and we're gonna have a better interface for this. Just hang on, but watch. Kabam! Okay, that was fast. That was way faster than I expected. But that room just got swapped out now. And then it can be recalled back in. Back in. That's way too fast. I definitely got to put a skedoodler down here to slow that down. But now imagine, if you will, well hold on, let me make the second room. Okay, second storage bay is just about in. I just got to go glue up the main structure part here, up top, and go. Okay. So now this, and the best part about each one of these little storage modules is I can theme them based on like the style, the look, everything, little extra details and stuff. I'm like, all right, for now, I'm just putting these little fences here, but I could theme them based on what type of material. So like, you know, bay 1 might have been stone or something like that. Now bay 2 is like logs and wood and things like that. And it's just so much creativity in this. It's going to stylize the whole storage room, I think. So this is storage. I don't even know what I'm going to call these. Storage bay. I guess we'll call them a storage bay. All right, we got that one now. And now one is back, or the red one is back. The blue one is forward. I want to rotate. Do I think the gluing is correct? We'll see. And now I also put in a slowdown thing here. So now, okay, I think it worked. Each one of these should be 4 blocks wide. And the first block, so that we got the placards there for the front. Okay, so like the fronts are pointing back there because when they rotate around, we want them pointing that way. So it has to be like all inverted. So you can see here it is. Here it is pointing backwards. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's looking good. And then if I wanted to, I could swing the red one in. Boom. Swing the red one out. Swing the blue one in. There we go. It just works so good. And all these little support bars here, we have to be careful because while a contraption is rotating, these don't have collision and they won't break blocks or anything. But once it stops, it converts back to blocks, and anything that is overlapping, it will break. Much how like the cobble farm we did before works. This is the same concept that we want to prevent here. So that's why we have to do like all these kind of little janky turns and stuff like that with these bars here, so that when it's fully extended, we obviously didn't want it to go straight through the mechanical bearing there, because otherwise, bop, it would break everything. So we got to be a little bit clever with how we wire these things up here. But now it's time for the true magic. Some of you guys probably are anticipating where this is going here, but I want to throw down now. We've got these item frames down here, and I'm using item frames instead of the placards because I don't believe if you name tag an item and put it in a placard, it doesn't like highlight the name. Where if I name tag this, I want to have like a mouse over visual text. It'll say, you know, stone blocks or earthy products or nether products, who knows? But each one of these right here is essentially a virtual tab. What we have is a tabbed, you're not supposed to be down here. What we essentially have now is a tabbed virtual storage room, and each one of these represents a different panel. And what I'm going to do is hook it up. So again, with the note blocks, I right click on this note block, oink, and oh, it's not supposed to make a noise. I thought having that there would stop it from making a noise, because I know if I put a placard there, it doesn't make a noise now. Okay, that's a little dilemma. We'll have to solve that. But I want to stick with these, though, so I'll have to put something else, maybe a button or something on those. I'm not sure. Anyways, you hit this thing, and what it's going to do is it's going to swap out the current one and swap in the new one very rapidly. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. I think I might have been mistaken. Okay, I'm working on the third room here, and I tried to rotate it out, and it got jammed in the wall there, and I don't I just turned this on 90 now. Is this gonna, am I gonna be able to get it out of the wall? No. Oh no. Okay, so wait a minute. How does, what? Okay, it collided with that. I must have made a mistake. If I have to dig this all out, that's gonna be huge, because here's the problem, right? By the time we get, every time you add a room, right, the 8th room is gonna be like back here or so. And the turning radius of it to go from there to there means it's going to be like the end of the room is going to be like all the way back here, which means it's going to swing all the way through all these walls and everything here, which is fine if it goes underground. But if I got to dig that all out, that's not happy at all. Blah, I had to divert secondary power down to get this thing to turn. Is it going to? Okay, it came out good. Now, I mean, it made it through. I must have just had this configured wrong, because look, we're going to go 180, and this is clearly, is it clearly? It's going to go through this wall, I think. Let's see. Or does it going to get, it better not get jammed in that wall. You know what? Let's go backwards 180 just to make sure. It's going to go around this way. Now, I think. Oh, no. Why are you sad? No, bad. I don't like you. Okay. I'm ashamed to admit that took about, I think it took over an hour for me to figure out. I actually had to go to the Create Discord and ask for help. It turns out it's because I'm such an idiot. I was using mechanical drills as a decorative block on the orange storage bay here. I'll show you in a second. And it was, of course, when you use mechanical bills on a rotating contraption, it attempts to stop and dig out the things. And when it digs out the things, everything turns to mechanical drill's bad. Okay, now that we can move on here, what I want to do is make it so that when you press one of the note blocks there, we actually swap out the storage bays with one click. So whatever the current storage bay is, will get rotated out, and the one you clicked on will get rotated in. And we're gonna calibrate the speed and everything of this guy here and everything so that it all happens like at just the right speed, fast enough where it's not, you know, annoying, just have to wait, but slow enough where it's cool to watch it happen and stuff. So the way this is all going to work is right here. Okay, these are all the note blocks that you press up in the room down there with observers, and then the signal goes into these guys here. These are create redstone extenders. They're basically repeaters that you can configure how long the delay is. Like instead of, you know, regular repeater and vanilla, you get 1, 2, 3, or 4 ticks. This one here, you can get it to be like seconds and minutes. Like, right, I don't even know how you can go. I think it goes to like 30 minutes. Yeah, absolutely bonkers. So I have all these set to 2 seconds. 2 seconds should be plenty of time for a storage bay to make its half revolution. Okay, so now whichever one you press, if I press this one, right, the signal goes down here into this repeater, into this block, and it's going to trigger this redstone link. Now this redstone link will be linked to the one that you want to rotate in. But regardless of which one you hit, no matter what note block you hit, the redstone will always power this line back here and go up this little step here and hit this guy right here. And this is the part I'm kind of clever. I think I was kind of clever here. I'm kind of proud of this. There's a redstone link here that is now part of the rotating bay. So whatever the current bay is will rotate in, and there was a redstone link there that is, you know, associated to this bay right here. So if regardless of what button I press, this redstone here is going to go up here and signal this redstone link, which will trigger its system to tell it to rotate out. So 2 things are going to happen at the same time. The appropriate redstone link that was clicked will start rotating in, and then whatever one is right here is going to start rotating out. Now, I should mention, because it's probably going to happen in the setting up and testing of this system, it shouldn't happen once we get going, and that's why we have this delay. I'll talk about that in a second here. But what can happen if I mess this up? If 2 bays try to become active at the same time, that's bad. That's extremely bad, because whatever bay was there is just going to get broken, and all the items and all the chests are going to go flying. I almost didn't use this entire concept because of that risk. That risk is so bad. So I have to be super careful that 2 bays can't become active at the same time. And, you know, I was testing like clicking on the note blocks really fast, and that's what this delay here is for. Without these delays, you can get things out of sync, but 2 seconds should be enough. So if you click a note block really fast, it's basically just going to re-extend the same signal, and you know, it's all one signal, so it'll just continue doing what it does. So let's try this. So in theory, these three are hooked up, and this should be 100% working now. We are on. This is the current active storage bay. This is the current active storage bay. You can see, by the way, I put the little names on here, like logs and wood products and create bits and stone. I don't know what my categories are here. I've started thinking about it, but I got to change it a little bit here. But basically, I have 9 options here, and each option has, obviously I could store a ton of storage in each one. But the good thing is, if I have a category that doesn't require this much storage, I can just, like, you know, put less chests and decorate it a little bit more, which I think is really cool. I also put buttons on top of these to stop the note block from playing. If you guys know a way to make the note block not play a note without having the big annoying button here, because I think the button suggests that that's how you have to use it now, which I don't really like. The button will work, but I want the note block to just work. Anyways, here we go. This is the terrifying part, because if I didn't get this correct and they overlap, bad things happen. So I'm going to switch now from stone to wood. Okay, that was pretty awesome. And now I want to switch to let's see, I want some create bits. Whoop. There they go. And you can see this one. Someone needs to cover up that hole. You can see this one I've decorated with all little creative bits. I got a mechanical arm in here and some cogs and stuff like that, a little fluid thing and everything. I love that. I love the theme of all of this. Okay, so now it seems to be working. Obviously, there's more room to do here. I gotta make 9 storage bays. We're not getting to that today. I just wanted to get 3 in for proof of concept, but this is pretty awesome. I think we need to speed it up though. And it looks pretty dumb, right? It looks pretty dumb to like be able to see back there and everything. So I think this is amazing. I love this. Maybe we need like a little music to play, like every time you. Maybe that would get annoying. I don't know. Whatever ideas you guys have to improve this, please let me know, because this is cool. First thing I want to do is I want to speed this up a little bit here, right? So we're on 16. Let's go. Let's try 48. This is going to be noticeably faster here. Oh, by the way, if I am on, like right now I'm on create bits. If I click create bits again, this tab here, basically if I click the tab that we're on, it will send the tab back and nothing will pop forward. And that's fine, because now I could do whatever I want and bring something else forward here, right? And up came the logs. So what we need to do, I think, is back here, probably put like maybe some like just black concrete or something to kind of hide as like a shell, so it just doesn't, you know, we gotta hide the smoke and mirrors behind the background. All right, let's see how that speed works. Let's go to stone. Let's go to create bits. I mean, that's pretty fast. It really is it might look totally different with a little background, because there's a second there where there's basically nothing there. Oh, that's so satisfying. But what do you guys think? Is that fast? Let's try a little bit faster. Let's try, I think 64 might be as fast as I'm willing to go. Let's see though. Let's see what it feels like here. Okay, we're on tab 3. Let's go to tab 2. Tab 1. That's crazy. That is crazy. All right, what speed do you guys think? And again, like I know it'll look better when, you know, there's a black background back there or something like that. I think that might be too, I mean, that's almost instantaneous. That's crazy fast. I might like 48 the best. I'm not sure. Now, at this point, if you're paying attention, you're probably asking yourself, Tango, that's great and all, but how do items get into your storage system? Well, friend, I'm glad you asked. You see, what we added here is a bunch of brass funnels like above and below each chest. You're all pointing in, okay? And these guys, now watch this. I can doodle this thing over here, doink, okay? It's not all hooked up yet, but I'm showing you how the concept is going to work. We're going to have 2 mechanical arms here, and we got some back here, which I'll show you too. And they're all programmed to try to insert items into those funnels. But the way the mechanical arms work is they don't put the items into a specific funnel. They try to put an item at a location, okay? So what this means is I can send items down this conveyor belt here, which will go over here, which will loop over here, over here and down there and S turn and S turn all through all of my storage bays. Okay, and each time they do, mechanical arms will attempt to take items off the conveyor belt and put them into the appropriate brass filter there. And because the brass filters are moving with the storage bay, and therefore the filter associated with the brass filter is also moving, it doesn't matter if this is here or over there or that one is over here. It's all going to work. When the items come by, if they fit into the bay that is currently active, the mechanical arm will pick it up and say, oh, that matches that filter there. Boop, and it'll put it in. If it doesn't, it'll just slide by and it'll get put in when it's back here in this storage over here. Oh, but we are not done yet. It gets even better. I can put stockpile switches on the back of these storage chests here, okay? And they can monitor what is in the chest there. Now, admittedly, I can probably only monitor like one item. I'm not sure if filters work or not. I got to experiment with that. But, you know, say that double chest has whatever, small cogs in it, right? And I can monitor those. And when the supply runs low, I can have a, wait for it. What are they? I can slap a redstone link on the side of these guys or on the back or something. And that will signal to the actual factory and say, hey, bud, I'm out of cogs. Send me more. And they'll just come running in here. And you know what? It doesn't matter if this storage bay is here or, you know, deactivated back here. The signal will happen and they'll eventually go into the storage. Does any of that make sense? I really hope that makes sense. So you know what? This episode is getting quite lengthy and we have the proof of concept done. I think we're going to end it here, wrap it up here. And I think either next episode or maybe before next episode in live streams, we'll actually get the rest of the storage base set up, get it all hooked up. There's a lot of work to do here. We got to program all the filters. That is going to take forever. We're going to program all of the mechanical arms to try to insert into all those. We got to set all the stockpile switches. There is a tremendous amount of work to do. We got to get the conveyors going. We got to get the overflow from the factory funneling into this conveyor right here. But I got to say, I'm pretty happy with this. I knew it would happen. I'll see you next time.